Today, I will be submitting to you that out of the many vital battles of World War II, none were more important than the Battle of Dunkirk. For comparison, some of the other major battles of the war were the battles of Midway, Stalingrad, El Alamein, Normandy, Battle of the Bulge, and Moscow. After their successful invasion of Poland, the German army redeployed all of their forces to the west, facing France, Luxembourg, Belgium, and the Netherlands. The French deployed along their Maginot Line, facing Germany. The British Expeditionary Force, along with the rest of the French army, deployed along the Luxembourg and Belgium border. Strict Belgian neutrality prevented the Allies from entering Belgium and forming defensive positions. It's important to note that Britain had most of their land-based forces in France at this time. Expecting a repeat of the Schlieffen Plan, once German forces entered Belgium, the Allies would move north to meet them. On the 9th of May, 1940, this is exactly what happened. But the cream of the German army, their Panzer Corps, was able to move through the Ardennes forest, an area thought impassable by motorized units. They were able to move past the line guarded by only second-class French soldiers, and flanked the entire Allied army entering Belgium. With the French soldiers in the Maginot Line unable to do anything about this German breakthrough, the Allies in Belgium fell back. With the cream of both Great Britain and French soldiers cut off and surrounded in Belgium, French Prime Minister Paul Reynaud telephoned Winston Churchill and said, "We have been defeated. We are beaten. We have lost the battle." Unable to regroup with the rest of the French army to the south of them and losing ground quickly, Winston Churchill activated Operation Dynamo, or the evacuation of the British Expeditionary Force from France. The plan was to use ports like Calais and Dunkirk to evacuate all of the men, but on the 25th of May, the 2nd and 10th Panzer Division captured Calais. The pocket of Allied soldiers in the area began to shrink as all of them were heading towards Dunkirk. The British government thought that out of the 300,000 plus soldiers they had in northern France, maybe 50,000 could be evacuated. With this grim news, every possible ship, military or not, was rerouted towards Dunkirk and the beaches. From May 26 to June 4th, the panzers attacked the line protecting Dunkirk, and the Luftwaffe were sending continuous attacks trying to sink the ships, going for the men on the beaches. Though more than 1,000 ships had been sunk by the Luftwaffe, more ships continued to come. For 1 week, the evacuation continued, and for 1 week, the Allies held their ground. Miraculously, the Allies were able to evacuate a total of 338,000 French and British soldiers from the beaches of Dunkirk. A vanguard force of more than 30,000 French soldiers were stranded. They had stayed behind to ensure the successful evacuation of all the soldiers. Only 22 miles separated the German blitzkrieg in England. Only 22 miles. It's important to remember that I had mentioned that nearly all of the ground forces of the United Kingdom were in France at the time, and were nearly all destroyed. If what Britain High Command had expected and less than 50,000 soldiers had made it away from the beaches of Dunkirk, they could have very well lost the war. With so few men to defend the English shores, it's very possible that Germany could have invaded England and defeated them. With the surrender of England, the United States may have never entered the war at all. The victory of Dunkirk was not a victory at all. It was simply an evacuation. It was successful not due to military might, but the average boat owner and yacht owner who came to the rescue of the British Army. Many of them, along with Allied soldiers, would die on the beaches and low tide of Dunkirk.